Hey everybody, Steven here, playing Subnautica Below Zero, and today just covering some of the updates that the dev team has done over the last 24 hours here. Initially I thought it was going to be just a small amount of things that they've actually updated, but on further inspection it's actually a lot more than I thought, or maybe it's some stuff that I just hadn't noticed, but we're going to cover a decent amount today, especially in the Glacial Basin. But let's go ahead and get this going. So the first portion, they finally put lights in the dropship that you use to kind of go down to the planet there, and then they've reworked the two planets outside of 4546B here. So they just repositioned those. And then in terms of the lights inside of the dropship or the drop pod here, you'll notice that Robin just stays illuminated, so you can actually see her the whole time. Other than that, nothing new with the intro here.
You sure you want to go through the storm? You crash.
So the planets are a little bit more off to the right, and they're just pushed back a little bit. But as you can see, you can actually see everything inside the ship as we pass through this intro here. So the scale looks better too with those planets. Or I don't know if that's like two moons.
Approaching 45,
And then,
46.
as of right now, this is all kind of the same.
Life pod deployed.
Now once we land though, thing that we're going to notice, there's more just rocks and things like that on the ground right now. And then there's a bunch of scattered like supplies, like water, nutrient blocks, and things like that. I don't know if that's supposed to be from this or the drop pod. I don't know why they're out here.
Welcome to 45, 46.
Alright, here we go. You can see some right over there right now. So, water, nutrient blocks, flares. You got some here, and then on the other side here. There it goes. We got some right here, a couple here, and then on the ice here. And like I said, there's just more like rocks and things like that right now, right here. I don't know if that's, the notion is that that's just a bunch of debris kicked up from the drop ship kind of crashing here. That looks updated too, by the way. Looks like they finally finished this out. Yeah, it definitely looks like it. We got some more here, and then still flares and all that other stuff. Let's go into free cam mode here, and then outside of that, looks like they've added some more up here. They've kind of reworked this just a little bit. They're just moving stuff around right now. Nothing major. I think they're just kind of prepping that area for what they are going to do with it. Hopefully they bring back the other mountain that we had there. So beyond that, going over to the purple vents biome, they said they did a rework of some of the stuff over here. Kinda hard to tell. One thing I have noticed is they've put a ton of these vents right here, which I just, like I said, I've said in the other videos, they look like termite mounds. But they have a lot of them right now in this area. They've just kind of jam-packed it right here. So that kind of seems like it's tweaked. It's one of those things that's, it's hard to recollect because they change it so much, everything that I've actually covered, or if it was something that's brand new. Beyond that, only subtle thing I've noticed, let's see if it'll pop in, is just the texture change right here. So this is actually in some of the caves with the thermal spires, and that may have been in game for a while, but I did notice they've actually added that just specific to right here. And that's really it for this. Beyond that, I haven't seen too much that's actually changed right here from what they're saying in terms of a decent amount of reworking going on. So if it is, it's all subtle things that it's just hard for my eye to catch here. Still looks great. I'm still wondering if they're actually going to blend this over to this side. because right now it just kind of comes to a stop. I'm hoping they blend that over And this has been worked on here and there. It even seems a little bit more tweaked since last time I covered stuff here. I'm really hoping they turn this into another biome though, and don't just leave it like this. Because that's a lot of space that they, like, I mean, it's plenty for a new biome. So, fingers crossed on that one. In terms of stuff with the player, let's see, I'm going to have to make this. I don't know if it has a spawn code. Nope, there it is. Alright, so they've changed, and I get a better look too. So this is the new look for the quantum locker here. And we can put some stuff in it. Hold on. Let's go Bob the Builder. Alright. Spins it, and that's it. And let's see, this is a 4x4, so we get 16 slots right there. Not bad, but I mean, this acts like the piggy bank in Terraria. Had some other people give comments of some other games that have the same thing, where it's just, you could have this somewhere, you could leave it there, and then you could have another one, and it's going to have the same inventory in it. So very, very cool. But they finally added that. And then, so a lot of the stuff we're going to cover today is going to be in the Glacial Basin. So it was an art pass, but then I've noticed just a ton of new tunnels. So let's start this off with this kind of entry section here, which is actually the drawing that Sam does for Robin. So we are now looking at the purple bulb plants, and I don't know if the names are in game yet for these. Nope, still not in game. But we have these. And so they've added them on the outside, so they weren't on this side before. We also have just this, I don't know, just like a quick tunnel. Nothing's in there right now. And then we can see on this lower section here, we have all of these guys. Which I like the look of this in this section with these plants. Curious to see how they blend it, if they are going to attempt that, because we go up top and then it just changes back to these guys. So, back to the red grass and the red plants here, which, let's see, snow plant. So, switches back over to those guys. So we're looking at more up top here. It doesn't go back any, so we're not seeing anything there. But through these passages, we are now seeing that they have some, which is really cool to see. It's coming along. Through this other section, same thing. They've also, through this particular tunnel, they've actually added a bunch of stuff here. So we have the heat plants. I don't even know what these other plants are called. We can't even scan them. Heat fruit plant. And then we got a bunch of crystals. And this leads us to the snow fox base. That looks really good. I like the new coloring that they've done, which is what's giving it that like purplish blue at the top there. So at sunset, you'll actually see that this turns into, I'm going to bring the weather on too, like a dark purplish pink. It just looks really, really good. So this tunnel back over here, which where we kind of took the split. Nothing in there right now. Nothing through here. So we have that. And then coming over to this section. So one of the things that they said is that they were adding the minerals to the, what I thought was going to be these guys right here, which would just be like a mineral deposit, but I don't know if maybe it's that they said the ore vein, so maybe it's that right there. But I didn't notice a difference. But in just kind of looking around, I've covered some of this, so we have like a little area for the spy penguin to go through. Coming back to this other section here, going through here, this area wasn't done to my knowledge. The other cool thing here is we got a PDA. These are just the Glacial Basin research notes. Nothing crazy. Just talks about the plants that actually grow in here. We take the ladder out. And get us up top. That's a cool view. So this thing is just turning into a maze. Like, so we have that. Go back into free cam. Now that's just one area, right? Another thing, going down through here, I don't remember this being here. Maybe it was, I just don't remember, but I think this is new, which is essentially a tunnel from here, and they actually gave us an oxygen plant all the way over to this open section over here. We also have this entry point going up into one of the caves. Bring the water volume back on. And this seems more finalized in here too. They've also changed the navigation maps for the, or meshes for the snow stalkers, some behavioral stuff, and I don't know if they're out here. So there's supposedly a new animation for the baby snow stalker here. I don't think it's going to do it right now. Oh, just to highlight the look of this, by the way. Let's go weather.
Dangerous weather approaching. Seek shelter.
There it is. Do you want to showcase? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I just think that looks really cool. I like the color of it. The more color, in my opinion, the better. Still needs to be worked on, obviously, but also keep in mind, like, I'm just running around in free cam mode here. It looks a little bit different when you're just hanging out down here. Alright. That looks cool. And they added in the Aurora Borealis again. That is awesome. That is really cool. Because this was taken out. I tried to queue it in one time and I was just cycling through for like, I think I did like, man, it had to been 10 plus day-night cycles. And it wouldn't click in. Alright, let's go back to day though. So we have that. But let's spawn... Oh, where am I going? Let's just spawn one in. Because I don't think he's in there. No, they've been updating the animations and all that, but I do notice that they freeze every now and then. Alright. There we go. Alright, so the other thing, these guys will actually go in, and now you can see that's where it needs work, right? But these guys will actually go in here and swim around now. Because before I hadn't seen them hop in at all, but they'll actually go down there. But we got a glitch there with the fur, where it's trying to like pull in a different direction. It's like stretched out. So we do have that. I've covered it before, but I do want to highlight it again. They have connected the glacial connection back up to the glacial basin. So we have that, goes all the way up. It is a longer path to get there, which is interesting. I don't know how they're going to do that in terms of, like, you can't get a sea truck through here. So that's a long distance to just use an oxygen tank unless they're just expecting that you'll bring a couple in order to make it. So, I don't know. But I do like this length on it. Just more to explore with that. So, I think that's really, really cool. Coming back over to this side, we're just going to float through the wall here. So these tunnels in here, I haven't showcased them much, but some of them are new, some of them have been here, but we just have a ton of areas, tunnels, little things like that that you can come through. And like I said, it's just turning into a maze. I'm in free cam mode and I find it hard to navigate. I can only imagine when you're just running around like this. And if I can find it... Alright, this is a new section, I believe, by the way. It just seems like a den. We have this. Where is it? Gonna try hard to find this guy. I was able to find Jeff's bunker. Although I haven't heard any mention of Jeff. So there it is. So I don't know if he's actually in the game anymore. Where would it be? There it is. Ta-da! Let's see. Got our music. Snowstalker for no PDA. So yeah, curious to see how they do that. I've read through some of the PDAs, but like I said, no mention of Jeff. Maybe the character's name's just changed. Somebody else, whatever they're going to do for that. There we go. So now the fun part is watching all of this stuff evolve from just these kind of open areas like that to when they add all those details in there. The size and scale of this feels better than their first version of this, in my opinion also. But now we got more tunnels in here. These I don't know if they've been added or these are just reworks. Because they took huge portions. Yeah, I remember this. So this is old. It's just like they took huge chunks and like shifted them here and then that's kind of their basis to go off, and then the rest of it they'll fill out around that. And I think this goes back to... Oh... This is where the old... They've expanded this, though. Yeah, they made this much bigger. So this is where the old Frozen Leviathan location was. They took out the entry-exit right here, and they've spliced that. So we have that, but you can see the Frozen Leviathan over here. Still there. We don't have anything up top, no. I don't think they've tweaked this exit, nope. Although it is connected again. So we have that. I don't know if I showcased, if I can find it. Where is it? I may have. Thought there was one other tunnel area. Here we go. So this was another section. It just connects the two. But where we had the three little babies. And then we can exit out. And then voila, we're here. That water even gets like a purplish, bluish purplish tint on it. So yeah, this thing has come... Oh, they have a ton of babies in here now. Look at that. This has come a long way. I'm actually getting more and more excited about this new change to this. I know that's been a concern for a lot of people, is that this is an underwater game. And now we have all this land stuff. But if the land gameplay is fun and it feeds into it, I don't have a problem with it. So I think this is the right move on their part to really focus on this and try and make it the best it can be. Do we have anything else with that? No. So yeah, we have that. On the other side, I haven't found anything new. I'm waiting to see what they do with the second ice swarm arena, because it's been sitting kind of plain for some time now. And we have this back area that they've added. Don't know what they're going to do with it. I don't know if there's going to be an exit path here. Like I said, if we're going to put that mountain here, which is my hope, fingers crossed. But we'll see with that, because we do have another exit or entry point right here. I guess it'd just really be an exit, because I don't know how you're going to get up top on this. So yeah, really just an exit. Nothing going on over here right now, though. So yeah, they did way more than I thought they did. I don't think they have the kite wing in yet either. I've talked about this in another video. They really do need another creature out here, because just between the spy or the penguins and then the snowstalker and the ice worm, which is kind of more like a, to me, it's a leviathan, but it's almost like a boss battle. That's fine. It still feels like it needs a little something extra, and I think if they can actually get that kite wing sky ray in here, that would be that next touch that would actually make this a much better experience. So, but I think they're heading in the right direction. So that is it for this video, everybody. If you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all of my content, hit the subscribe button for me. Thanks so much for watching.